So they're going to come kill me. Johnny said to me yesterday, if you put anything out, after they saw the text from me to Alan asking for help, they knew that I was doing something. And he said, if you put anything out, my brother will be on a plane coming for you. Sorry, I was telling Huxley to let the cat out. Okay. He has said repeatedly that he's going to kill me. I have spoken to the police. I have some text messages from the last couple of days. I have no doubt in my mind right now that after playing that for the world, they're going to come here. The biggest weakness that I've seen in Tommy ever, just being with him as long as I've been with him, is that he is extremely impulsive. He cannot ever control his emotions or his behavior. And you guys saw that when we broke up and he busted through my door. He cannot control himself. So I have some text messages that I want to show. I've made some notes. There's some things that I want to say. I have not filed a restraining order, not yet. No, I was told by the police that's hard to do when they're in another state. Yeah, I'm afraid too. I'm terrified. I've been terrified. I never wanted to come out with this because it's not worth my life. It's not worth Huxley's life. It's not worth him kicking my door in with his brother and coming to kill us. But what kicked this off was me asking for help and somebody putting it up and laughing about it on YouTube. Honestly, that's what kicked it off. Again, make all the hate videos you want about me. Yes, I cheated on my husband. I think that's clear with everyone. And I lied about it. And I lied about going to see Tommy in Florida. All of that happened. But the next time a woman asks for help, I really strongly suggest that you don't put that out there. Because I really did need help. So to finish this, there's several things. I want to say. Tommy said this to me yesterday. You want it? Let's do it. I think you might find I do it a little differently than you, which is him taking me out. I said, great, you and Johnny. And he said, I'll not be making a video about you. You have free reign. Say whatever you like. I'll not make a video in return. Not my plan. Of that you can rely. Enjoy. By the way, since you're trying to be vague, I will not be. If this is a choice of a fight, so be it. I'll never make a video about you. That ain't how I'm going to do it. So when I took that text, I thought that's obviously a threat. He's not going to make a video about me. That's not how he's going to take me down. So I have a story that I have to share with you because I wasn't going to share this. Okay. But I need you to listen because if this happens to me, I need it to be known on YouTube. Back in, I think, October. Okay. He and I were here together. It was sometime around there before we broke up the last time. I have a maintenance guy named Phil. Okay. He's about 70 years old. We left, Tommy and I left for the day to go somewhere and Phil had to come over. Huxley was at school. We came back and Tommy always uses my bathroom and he locks the door. He always shuts and locks the door and that's fine. It's a privacy thing, whatever. He comes out of my bathroom and he says, Phil is doing cocaine on your toilet seat. And I said, what? What? And he goes like this. I just tasted it. He's doing cocaine on your toilet seat. And I said, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Phil is old and he's not doing cocaine. And he goes, well, then Huxley is. And I said, don't ever say that about my child. Don't ever say that. That's not happening. That's not true. So he goes, okay. So this person that he's mentioning in this video sent him $5,000 while he was here. And he says to me, I just got $5,000 from so-and-so. And he went and bought a motorcycle. He went and bought a motorcycle on Facebook Marketplace. I have it here in my shed. And he's here tinkering with this bike every day after that, riding it and coming back. I don't know where he goes. He's behind my shed, tinkering with this bike. And he says, this is insane. One night we were going to do Colts and Crims. I couldn't find him. Huxley and I were shouting for him, couldn't find him. He comes inside 5 minutes after we're supposed to start. And I go, where were you? Like, we got to go. We're late. And he goes, I got to go to the bathroom. And I go, okay, hurry up. And the bathroom's right here. And all I hear in the bathroom is, I don't have it with me, but I hear a lighter going over and over and over. And he's trying to start this lighter. And I hear this fuck. And he's getting more and more mad. And it's click. And that's all I could hear. He comes out of the bathroom and he goes, all right, let's do this. And I said, what? I thought you had to go to the bathroom. And he goes, I did. Let's go. And I said, what was with the lighter? And he goes, does it fucking matter? And I went, okay, all right. So we sit down, we do the stream. The next day, he is replacing a brake light on the bike. So he's out there tinkering and he comes in and says, guess what I found taped behind the brake light? And he holds up a bag of white powder, a lot of white powder. And I said, holy fucking shit, what is that? And he said, it's coke or dope or whatever word he used. And I said, get that out of my house. I have a kid. Get that out of my fucking house. And he goes, I'm going to go flush it right now. I never saw it again. He said he got rid of it. I wasn't even going to share this story because it's not, I can't prove it. Then he left a couple of weeks after that, or a week after that. And I started thinking about that story. And I thought, so Phil's doing cocaine on my toilet seat and you found a bag of drugs. Like both of those things are insane to happen at once. So I went outside to where he was hanging out behind the shed with this bike.
So we're kicking off October. October is almost here.
So I went outside to where he was hanging out behind the shed with this bike. And all I found in the grass was a torch lighter. I found a torch lighter. Thanks, Hux. And I clicked it, and it's the kind that's like hardcore. It's not, because I have a ton of lighters all over my house. I thought I had one in here. I light candles all the time. And I was like, this isn't one of my lighters. So I went to the gas station, the only one that's around here. And I said, do you sell these? And she was like, yeah, we sell them behind the counter because people use that kind of to use with drugs. And I was like, okay. I still am not convinced that means he's using. I may be naive. I'm not going to say that he is because I don't know the answer to that. The only reason I'm sharing that story with you is because I don't know if he's going to, if he planted something here. I don't know what this text means. Since you're trying to be vague, I will not. If this is a choice, so be it. I'll not make a video about you. That ain't how I'm going to do it. So I don't know if he's planning to frame me and do an anonymous call and say there's drugs in that house, and then people come here and find drugs with a dog and I'm arrested. So I'm putting that out there. I don't know, but I thought I need to share that story because I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means I'm not going to make a video. I'm actually just going to come kill you, or I'm going to set you up. That's another reason I'm actually doing this video, because if he is on some con, if he's in on some con, how do I know I'm not going to be implicated? How do I know he doesn't get caught and go, well, she was in on it too? I don't know what this guy has planned. For the last 6 weeks, I felt like I've been swinging in the dark. Literally, he's been one step ahead of me forever since I found out about this. All I've been thinking with is he's a con man. He said it about 100 times on that audio. I'm a con. The other woman blocked me on Facebook today. So the other woman knows. He told her already. So I'm telling that drug story because I don't know where I need to swing. I'm in the dark with this. I don't know what these guys have planned, but they're both con artists. And he says it from his own mouth. And Johnny said to me yesterday, you're a fucking liar. My brother would never say that about me. And I said, that's fine. I don't have to say it. It's from your brother. But I don't know what this means. And it's very ominous. It's very eerie. I'm not going to take you out on YouTube. I'm going to do it a different way. I don't know what that means. I know that at this point, Huxley and I are in danger. I'm well aware. I wouldn't be surprised if that woman right now just overnight PayPal'd him money and they're both on airplanes right now. I don't know, but I'm expecting that. I'm definitely prepared for it. Let's put it that way. Well prepared. Something else that I want to bring up to cover my bases. He has, this is a very touchy subject, threatened suicide with me at least, probably not 10 times, maybe 7. The last time he was here and we broke up over Aaron, that whole stream, and he left. Do you remember when he left and did that stream in the middle of the night? He called me the next day as he left again. He kept leaving and coming back. He called me the next day from Dollar General. And he said, I just bought some rope and I'm going to be dead in 5 minutes. There's a note they're going to find on my body. And I want you to know that. And I'm hysterical and crying. And I said, please don't do it. Where are you? He said, I just left Dollar General. You won't know where I am. And he called me about 15 minutes later. And he said, I got something amazing happened to me. I'm not going to kill myself. Can you please come and pick me up and take me to the airport? And I did. I picked him up. And on the way to the airport, I said, what was the amazing thing that happened? And he said, I found these in my bag. I didn't know I had them. And I said, what is these? And he's in the seat next to me and he goes, a bottle of benzos. And he goes, and maybe 10 of them went into his mouth and he swallowed them. And I said, what the hell are benzos? What does that mean? What did you just swallow? And he said, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it, kid. So yesterday was the date of his father's death. And I'm so sorry for that. I don't even want to bring that up. That's not my business. And it's a serious thing. And I'm not making light of that. He texted me about 4 days ago and said he was going to kill himself on the date of his father's death. And he said he was going to come on YouTube and snort a line and put a needle into his arm. I'm not going to show that text, but I have it. So he uses that to manipulate. When I have notes, I want to make sure that I cover everything because this is the only stream I'm going to do on this. And I don't want to. I mean, I just said weird little things that have come up. Like every time he took a phone call, he took it way outside. And I thought that was weird. These are just weird things that were running through my mind that I've made quick notes on. He always took a phone call outside, far, far away from the cameras. And I always thought that was so weird. And I just wrote that down. And I said, I am upset that he uses God. I have recently discovered God. And he uses God. He used to say to me, you're not a believer. You're going to go to hell and I'm going to go to heaven and we can't be together because I am saved and I believe in God. And that bothered me. These are just random notes. And I said, the other thing I wrote is he cannot stand Fred. He hates Fred. And he has said that to me. Stop fucking talking about your dead husband that I can't fucking live up to. Stop talking about Fred. He wasn't perfect. He was a fucking jester. He was a sleazebag. Call him for what he really is. Stop fucking talking about Fred. And it used to bother me so much. And I was like, how am I supposed to... If any of you watched his video yesterday, I made a note about this. He made a personal threat to me yesterday on his video. It was an inside custom threat to me.
Life moves fast, especially with a family like ours.
It was an inside custom threat to me. Only me, and only I would know it. At the end of his video, he went on and on saying, poor Reese. Reese is the biggest victim in all of this. And he said, what was her favorite show? The Sopranos. And he hit end. I don't know what that means. It felt like a threat to me because he constantly tells me he's Tony Soprano. He says it to me all the time. I am Tony Soprano, kid. I'm a fucking mob boss. He says that to me all the time. So that was an inside threat between the two of us. What is it, that show that she likes? The Sopranos. And then he ended the stream. And that was meant for me. And I just thought I would share that because, again, I think it's important to put light on all of this in case I'm murdered. And I think I've never dealt with someone this insane. I've never dated a guy that was this violent or terrifying or unhinged. And I have thought about this in my mind and I thought, he won't do that. He wouldn't do that. And I think my gut is telling me I'm going to be on an episode of Dateline. He would do that. They would do that. Johnny called me and said he would do that. So the last thing I'll say, the other thing he showed me in Tucson, which kind of freaks me out, he has like 50 passports in different names. And that I just wanted to share that again, just to shed light on this. The last thing I wanted to say before I say the next thing is I realized something today. I'm glad that troll channel, bully channel doxed me. I'm honestly glad. I believe this was a God thing. I believe this needed to be done. I believe that I was no question led to do this. I have been going back and forth on this for weeks going, what do I do? I keep doing streams with this guy. And then he sends me insane text messages. I'll just show you some of them. You're going to end up looking like a shit, not me. I've never been hateful. No one's watched me do that. I don't do it. You can't stay out of it. And that's our problem. It's got nothing to do with, and the name is blocked out. You can't shut up about trolls. You can't stop talking about him and you can't stop fire and back at them. It's got nothing to do with blank. It's got nothing to do with anybody, but you can't handle it. You're never going to talk about something. You talk about people. That's why you're losing subs. It's got nothing to do with anything else. And by the way, you're going to destroy your channel. There's a reason that things are the way they are. You don't listen to anybody. You decided to blow me off 2 days ago, go live without telling anybody. You did it again yesterday. Do you know why you were live? I had 1,000 people in my chat that I could have dumped into yours. You are not a kind person and you can't even fake it very well. The bank robbing convict is nicer than you. What a shame. You couldn't win a war with me, kid. Go do whatever you want to do because you're going to end whatever that says. Good luck with YouTube. The world knows you hate people. The world knows you're not kind. The reason that I'm busting my ass trying to bring you in subscribers because you run them off as fast as I get them. There, notice that we both got attacked and you're the only one that's losing shit because I'm kind and you're not. Maybe that hasn't occurred to you, but you're not a nice person and the world sees it. You're not even nice to me when we go live. Go watch how you treat me. Am I done? Do whatever you want to do. Blow me up. Anything you want. I don't care. I'm done. So to me, that felt very gaslighty. The reason I treated him badly is because I was sitting on all of this. I couldn't go live with him and fake it as well as he could. Now I did, and I'm guilty of that. But he has been threatening me for weeks. And then when he saw the text on that channel, things got a lot worse because he knew that I was trying to talk.
I'll spell this out since you are literally so stupid that you can't figure this out. You are exactly what caused this. You are the problem. You're toxic.
You are so stupid. That's how Tommy really talks to me. And I hate to say this, but it's worse than my ex-husband.
One person about this. I have not talked to one person about this, but see, here it is. This is you, so self-aware. Your jealousy is what it is. It's toxic, and I'm not living with somebody that doesn't trust me. You can't figure that out, and that's why this is something that is a shock to you. Something has changed. You can't trust me. Your text is what changed you, effing genius.
Because of that woman. I can't trust him. That's what he's saying. You effing genius. I'm so toxic. And here's what he has to say about you guys.
Atwood announced to the entire world that I was going to be doing the Royal Order of Gestures on Thursday. I'm going to go and make a video telling the world that we're not together. I guess that's the way it's going to happen. I'm getting every asshole fan of yours reaching out to me to ask me if you're okay. You're ignoring the entire world, which is forcing everybody to reach out to me. So I'll just have to tell them something, I guess. Have a great day.
Every asshole fan of yours, those asshole fans are also your asshole fans. We share a giant audience. Every asshole fan, but I'm unkind. So I started to put this together. Honestly, I realized that I was being gaslighted a lot more than I thought. I really thought this person loved me. And a lot of the trolls and haters are going to go, why did you take him back the first time? Because I thought he loved me. And I'm happy to put up with abuse. Once I found out I was a con and he didn't give a shit about me, that was different. And I haven't been able to sleep well since. After I should have shared this. I'm so all over the place. And I don't usually do these crazy things how I put them up on my channel. It's kind of cool that I was able to put up audio. This is an audio that I took. It's 35 seconds long. And I thought I want to ask this while he's still in my bathroom. So I hit record again. And I want you guys to hear this because it's very important to the women.
Have you ever done it with a guy?
Have I? I don't ever do it with guys. Guys become violent. Guys want to fight you if they think that they got fucking taken. Women feel dejected, fucking walked away. They're embarrassed. They don't want to tell their friends. Guys buck up. A guy feel like he got ripped off. He wants to fight you. And if he thinks he can't kick your ass, he calls the cops. Guys are never marks. Unless it's a short con, you're going to get somebody really quickly or whatever. Fake Rolex con or something like that. Where you hand a guy a watch in a parking lot and tell him you need to borrow $500, you give him the watch as collateral. Like those kind of fucking cheap ass cons, that kind of stuff.
This is what would happen to your body if you ate
Cheap ass cons, you can do that kind of stuff.
He only cons women. And I think anybody who stays with him, and again, this is your choice. I'm guessing when I go check in a little bit, I'm going to have probably lost thousands of subs. People are probably going to leave me too. I don't care anymore. I don't care about any of that. I care about the truth getting out. But I'm giving this to you, and I hope that you'll do the right thing with it. I'm going to show some text messages. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. This is not orchestrated well. I don't usually know how to put things up on my channel, as you guys know. So I'm just going to show some text and we're going to look at them together because this is what I uploaded. We already read that one. I'll not read another thing that you wrote ever. You want to do it this way, have fun. Save your breath, troll. I just blocked you. You tell me how much I owe you. I'll come get the motorcycle. I'll give you cash. Just tell me how much I owe you and I'll come get my watches and bike. By the way, he gave me those watches. And stop texting me, kid. I swear to Christ, I'm done reading any word that comes out of your mouth, troll. Good luck with YouTube. The world knows you hate. You're right. You're 100% right in all of this. Goodbye. I don't really want to hear a whole lot more from you. So you can just send me a dollar amount I owe you. And I said, I'll ask. And I named the person that he cons. And he said, there's a $2,500 motorcycle in your shed, and there's about $10,000 worth of watches of mine that are just sitting there. Let's call it even, and we won't have to speak to each other ever again. Now, that part kind of pissed me off because he really does owe me about $4 grand. So now I'm stuck with this stupid motorcycle that I'm going to have to try to sell, which I don't know how to do that, but he's right, in order to get my money back to pay back on my credit card.